When you swallow a pill, do you ever really stop and think about what happens next? It seems so simple, right? But that little pill is about to go on this wild, incredible journey through your body. A journey with some serious high stakes, a bunch of hidden obstacles, and believe it or not, a whole lot of potential for traffic jams. So today, let's follow the secret life of a pill. And we have to start right here with this number, $136 billion. Just let that sink in. That's how much drug-related illness and death costs every single year in the United States. That's more than cardiovascular disease and diabetes combined. It's a truly staggering figure, and it tells us that something, somewhere, is going seriously wrong. And look, this isn't just about money. This has a very real, very human cost. Get this, almost 28%. That's more than 1 out of every 4 people admitted to a hospital are there because of drug-related problems. And the craziest part? So many of these are preventable, often caused by the exact medications that were supposed to be helping. But here's the good news. We are not powerless in this, not at all. What if we could just pull back the curtain and see what's really going on? By understanding the 4 basic steps every drug takes, we can become so much smarter about our own health and help prevent these dangerous and costly issues. Now, the science behind this journey has a pretty fancy name, pharmacokinetics. Okay, I know, it sounds complicated, but the idea behind it is actually super simple. It's not about what the drug does to your body, it's about what your body does to the drug. And it turns out your body does 4 very specific things. We can actually break this whole journey down with a really simple roadmap. All you have to remember is the acronym ADME. That's ADME. Absorption, distribution, metabolism, and elimination. Every single pill has to go through these 4 stages. So let's follow our hero pill step by step. Okay, first step is absorption. It's pretty straightforward. Before a drug can do anything, it has to get from the outside world into your bloodstream. This is the entry point, the first gate it has to get through. So for a pill you swallow, this usually happens in your intestine. But right away, some drugs hit a major challenge. It's called the first pass effect. Before they can even get into general circulation, they get detoured through the liver, which can basically chew up and destroy a big chunk of the dose. It's kind of like having to pay a huge toll just to get on the highway. This is why we talk about bioavailability. That's the actual amount of the drug that successfully makes it into your blood, and it can be affected by everything from what you had for lunch to other pills you're taking. All right, so our drug has made it into the bloodstream. Now it's got to travel to where it needs to go. This brings us to stage 2, distribution. Getting the medicine from the blood to its actual target. But here's where it gets really fascinating. Not all of the drug that's in your blood is actually available to work. A whole lot of it just hitches a ride on proteins, becoming bound. Think of these proteins like city buses. While the drug is on the bus, it's just a passenger. It's inactive. It can't get off at its stop and do its job. It's only the free drug, the part that's not on the bus, that can actually have an effect. And the difference from one drug to another can be absolutely massive. Take the blood thinner warfarin. It's 99% bound. That means only a teeny tiny 1% of it is free and active. On the other hand, an antibiotic like gentamicin is only 10% bound, leaving a whopping 90% free to go fight an infection. This idea is so important for understanding why some drug interactions are so dangerous. Okay, so the drug got in, it traveled to its target, it did its thing. Now what? Well, your body can't just let it hang around forever. And that brings us to stage 3, metabolism. This is the body's super sophisticated cleanup and processing crew. The main headquarters for this whole operation is the liver, and specifically, it's a group of enzymes called the cytochrome P450 system. You can think of this as an incredible biological factory that takes drugs, breaks them down, and chemically tweaks them to make them easier to get rid of. It's preparing them for the final exit. And this system is where other drugs can really mess things up. Some substances act like inducers. They're like hitting the gas pedal on this system, breaking down a drug way faster, which might make it less effective. But others are inhibitors. They slam on the brakes, slowing metabolism way down and causing a drug to build up in your system, sometimes to toxic levels. And that brings us to the final act, elimination. After the liver has done its job processing the drug, the body has to actually get rid of it and all the leftover bits. This is the grand exit. The main organs for this job, the kidneys. They act like this amazing, high-tech filter, pulling all the drug waste out of the blood and sending it out of the body through urine. This means having healthy kidneys is absolutely essential for clearing drugs properly. If that final step isn't working right, drugs can build up and cause some really serious problems. So, now we've got the 4 stages down, right? Absorption, distribution, metabolism, and elimination. ADME. But what happens when someone's taking more than one drug? What happens when these journeys collide? Well, that right there is the definition of a pharmacokinetic drug interaction. It's not magic, it's a traffic jam. It's simply when one drug gets in the way of another drug's journey through that ADME process we just mapped out. Let's make this super real. During absorption, one drug, like an antacid, could change the environment in your stomach and just block another drug from ever getting in. In distribution, 2 drugs might be fighting for those same bus seats on the proteins, kicking one off and causing a sudden dangerous spike in the active, free drug. During metabolism, one drug could literally shut down the cleanup crew that another drug needs, leading to a toxic buildup. And finally, in elimination, 2 drugs might be competing for the exact same exit ramp in the kidney, causing a major backup. And this is exactly why all of this matters so much. This isn't just trivia for doctors and pharmacists. When you understand this 4-step journey, it empowers you. It completely changes the game. It turns you from someone who just takes medicine into an active, informed partner in your own healthcare. So what can you actually do? Well, it's pretty simple. Be proactive. Always keep a current list of your medications. Tell your doctor and, just as important, your pharmacist everything you take. And yeah, that includes vitamins and supplements. Ask questions. Don't be shy. And listen to your body. Especially when you start a new drug. You are the #1 expert on you. Look, at the end of the day, every single medication you take has a story. It has a 4-part journey that it's about to take inside of you. Knowing the plot of that story helps you make sure it has a happy ending. So the real question is, are you asking the right questions to understand it?